Good afternoon from the Smokies. It's Ryan. It's time to go for a drive through Sevierville Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg, Tennessee to see what's new for the month of August. Over on our Facebook page, I asked people, what do you guys want to see on the next video? A lot of people said we want to know what's going on with the Nerf and Crayola experience and the Scooby-Doo mystery putt. So we'll be stopping by both of those places to see if we can find out any more. There's also a new coffee and nutrition shop that just opened up that we'll be checking out. And we'll be going over what you should expect for crowds and weather in the month of August and much, much more. So without further ado, let the adventure begin. As we exit Buc-ee's, I still see no construction going on here at the 407 Gateway to Adventure. As I've mentioned before, should be similar to the island in Pigeon Forge. Lots of different shops and different types of entertainment. I know they were aiming for that to happen sometime in the fall, but with no construction at this point, I would say it's going to happen sometime in 2026. But hopefully you find this video helpful and enjoyable, whether you're planning a trip this August or in the near future, or you just want to see what's going on in the Smokies. I did want to point out, not too far from exit 407 in Bristol, at the Bristol Motor Speedway in the beginning of August, there is a Major League Baseball game, the Cincinnati Reds versus the Atlanta Braves. So if you are in the area or will be, and you want to go catch a Braves versus Reds game, you can do that not too far from where I'm at right now, over in Bristol. Like we've got some rain clouds. Hopefully those clear out and we're able to walk through Gatlinburg in a little bit. But when it comes to weather for the month of August, it's still going to be pretty warm with highs at 85 and lows in 63 are the averages for Pigeon Forge. However, the crowd should start getting lighter as kids return to school locally here in Sevier County on August 8th. So up to that point, you should still see lots of people wrapping up their summer vacations, but I would say most school systems will be back to school midway through August. So the second half of August with kids back in school should be a lot quieter as far as crowds. We have two car shows in the month of August. You have a Bronco car show on August 15th through the 16th, and there is a Jeep Invasion on August 21st through the 23rd. So just a heads up, on those particular weekends, I would expect crowds to bump back up. Even though families are back into school routines, that's going to bring a lot of people into the Pigeon Forge area in particular. Looks like they are getting close to finishing up this Weigel's gas station over here to the left. As we made it to the light, you have Smoky Mountain Water Park to the right. You can enjoy Smoky Mountain throughout the month of August. As I mentioned before, it is still pretty warm, so you can still enjoy water parks throughout the month of August. However, come September, they'll start limiting their days and eventually close down for the year. I'm not going to stop on this video, but it looks like the BJ's Wholesale Club is coming along pretty well. So maybe next month I'll give an update. I know they're aiming, I think, to open sometime in November. So our plan is to get a membership at the BJ's Wholesale Club, similar to Sam's Club, Costco. And we'll try to go inside and show you everything that they have at this one right here on this light at Allensville Road, up by the Home Depot. But from what I can see from here, it's coming along pretty well. As we come up to this light, I could also take a left and head towards English Mountain, Forbidden Caverns, down Dolly Parton Parkway. They're building a Culver's. That should be opening soon. Don't know if it's going to be in August or September, but we'll keep an eye on it. Try out the new Culver's over here when that officially opens. And just across from downtown Sevierville, just want to point out that they tore down the old Long John Silver's and just built this building from the ground up. So not sure exactly when they'll have it open, but if you're a fan of Long John Silver's, you'll be able to come get that over here. I gotta get over and try out the cinnamon bread factory across the street one of these days. A lot of people tell us they really like it. But if we go down the road here just a little bit, there's another place that just opened that's gonna have some healthy options for you. Some of these historical markers are pretty interesting to read as you're waiting at red lights. Like this one over here is the site of Nancy Academy, founded in 1806. And now it's a Popeyes. So if we take a right into this shopping plaza, I did want to point out over here real quick, there's a place that we actually have never been to. And apparently not enough other people went to the Hippie Barbecue, which is closed down. They have available signs. But over here to the right is where I wanted to stop in real quick to check out this new Smoothie King that just opened up. So it looks like this one is open most days, either 7, 8, or 9, and closes at 9 or 8 o'clock. So once you get inside, they have a lot of the things you might know and love from a Smoothie King. They have about 1,500 stores around the world, as they started in 1973 in Louisiana and are now headquartered in Texas. I think I need to order something real quick and give it a try. Everything is gluten-free and non-GMO. I don't know what to decide. I tell you what, how about you just surprise me and then I'll try to guess what it is. Like the best one you guys think. Somebody pick a best one. So they're putting together some kind of smoothie back there. I'm trying not to cheat and look at what they're putting in. So they said maybe something strawberry, watermelon. We'll figure it out here in a second.
A few moments later.
I'm looking at the menu trying to figure it out. There's definitely some watermelon. It's really good. It's really cool and cold on this hot day. This is fantastic. So I got one of their limited time summer drinks. This is really good, but they'll have different seasonal flavors that come along. One thing that I love about this Smoothie King is they have some coloring pages that the kids can do while you're waiting for your smoothie that are custom to the area. You can see a little Gatlinburg trolley and some bears. And down at the bottom, they have Smoothie King coupons that the parents or grandparents can use. They've got a downtown Sevierville along with another trolley with a bear. You got some hikers watching a bear zip line. I can't tell if that's Ober Mountain or Wild Side. But that bear is having fun. And you can see downtown Sevierville and what looks like the old mill in this one. So you can come on by, the kids can color, they've got some crayons out, and mom or dad can get a coupon. Great deal. Everybody was really friendly at that Smoothie King. I'll definitely be back. I know Hannah loves to get a smoothie, so I'll have to bring her back up here soon. Let's see if we can get back up onto the road. Our next stop is on the right here. Let me turn into this plaza, which is where a new Dos Bros is going in. It was a B51 Peruvian chicken place that didn't work out. So I just talked to Sergio. Sergio works for their Knoxville store. Not sure exactly when it's open. I can see some construction going on. And he told me that there are a little over 20 different stores. Actually drove over to Chattanooga, Tennessee with my daughter this past weekend. And I drove by Cleveland, Tennessee. I saw a sign that said home of the original Dos Bros. So we'll try out their, I guess, tacos and different Mexican food that they have once it does open, maybe towards the end of August. If not, it might be September. Passing by Skyland Ranch and Five Oaks Farm Kitchen. Need to get over to Five Oaks one of these days. Before we leave Sevierville, I wanted to go down Apple Valley Road real quick. Had a number of people say that there is a new menu at the Applewood restaurant back here. Let's check out the grill right here. As some people said, it has changed. Let's go figure this out together. Boy, look at those clouds beyond the apple barn. Here at the Applewood Farmhouse Grill, they have added spicy chicken and dumplings, as well as southern fried chicken wings, and a new open face roast beef, as well as Matt's signature chef salad. We actually haven't been here in a while. I'll have to come back with Brie or at least one of the kids, and try out the new items and figure out what we like the best. But I think I need to get back on the road because this weather is starting to look pretty bad. They did tell me that some of those new items are just at the grill up front, that the menus between the Applewood restaurant back here in the back and the grill that we stopped at are very similar, but some of those items like the wings are just up at the grill over here to the left up at the front. So from the apple barn, we cross over the Little Pigeon River and are now officially in Pigeon Forge. And if I take an immediate right here where the old Pigeon Forge Welcome Center is, they're still working on this Ripley's Illusion Lab. So nothing really to show yet. But as I mentioned in last month's video, they have a Ripley's Illusion Lab in Myrtle Beach that we did a video on. We come to another place that's been requested for an update on, which is the old Smoky Mountain Opry building, which is supposed to be converting into a Nerf and Crayola experience. But as I look at the outside of the building, I still don't see any progress. And when I look inside the windows, it looks the same. So the last we heard is they were still trying to aim for the fall of this year, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen at this rate. Let's drive behind Wonderworks. Try to get back up on the parkway. I mean, I know I'm trying to avoid water on the camera, but it looks absolutely beautiful. The mountains and the storm coming in over the mountains. This is one of those things I love about living out here. All right, let's take a left onto Teaster Lane and see if we can figure out what's going on with Scooby-Doo mystery putt real quick. I just pulled the camera inside so it doesn't get all wet. So I'll try to give you the best view I can as we drive around Pigeon Forge from here. Keep the wipers going. It's not terrible, but I try to avoid the glass reflection as much as I can as I take you for drives around. We got Pigeon Forge Snow. I think I'm gonna pull into their parking lot real quick and see if we can check out Scooby-Doo. So it looks like the course pieces, the haunted house that they were working on, have been moved off-site. And as I look at the door, it does say that Coolsville Cemetery is opening fall 2025, which I don't see any workers on site. I think they've pretty much got the main things completed. They're just looking to get some of the detail pieces done correctly. You can see these chairs over here. And again, the water tower is missing. I think they're redoing the water tower and a number of different characters on the course. So when it says opening fall, I'm not sure if that means the beginning of fall. It could be late fall. So it sounds like they just wanted to open this place up and make sure that everything is top notch as they can get it. They don't want to just open it for the sake of opening it, but they really want to make sure that Scooby-Doo fans enjoy all of the different pieces along the course. So it could be sometime in September, October, maybe November, whenever it does open. We'll do our best to keep you updated. Come out here and try the new Scooby-Doo mystery putt here in Pigeon Forge. So from Scooby-Doo mystery putt, if we go past downtown Flavortown, a couple things that have closed back here at the Mountain Mile. You've got Azul Cantina and Junction 35 restaurant along with the Mountain Monster. If you want to go for a ride on that. I just want to highlight that back here in the corner, there were some, I believe, clothing stores that have closed down. And I know many people are waiting to do the Scooby-Doo mystery putt, but I want to point out that this escapeology, this escape room, actually has a Scooby-Doo escape room you can do. I'll put a link down in the pinned comment if you want to see what the Scooby-Doo escape room is like that you can do here at this escapeology. The rain is starting to pick up, so let me get back to the van and continue on our journey towards Gatlinburg. As we're waiting in traffic to get over to Wares Valley, you can see some of the hanging lights on this particular bridge. I do hope they're able to add lights like this over by the new bridge at the old mill. If we can make the light, we made it. Crossing the parkway down Wears Valley Road. There's two things I wanted to check out down here. First stop is here at McGill Street, which is on the backside of the Lumberjack Square. I just want to point out a new place that just opened up. If I take a right here, we would arrive to the Small Town Bistro. My daughter Hannah and I came here the other day. We tried out some of their sandwiches, their sides, and their coffees, which we absolutely loved. Their Samoa latte. So you can check out that video where we go into more details of everything on their menu. They're open at 7 a.m. and close at 3 every day except Sunday. If we get back out onto Wears Valley Road, I want to go down here just a little bit to see the status on another restaurant that should be opening soon, which we did figure out what the mystery orange buildings on this corner are going to be. Somebody did comment and said that they own it and it's supposed to be kind of like a drive-through like drink location, like a pull up and get different types of beverages. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull in to the right here at the Sawyers. No, I don't want to try to pull in. So here's a look at the status on the Sawyers. At least that's what I was told it would be. This is their second location. They'll still have their original location on the Parkway, but adding this second Sawyers. So I'm not sure if it's going to be in August. It might be sometime in September or November when they open up. Whenever it does, we'll try to come over here, try out their new Sawyers and see if there's anything new on the menu. Turning back onto the Parkway from Wears Valley, we come to the Truth Traveler, which we've done a video breaking down. They've just added some more to the outside of the building. And I also want to highlight that you don't actually have to be going to the Truth Traveler. You can just park over here to the right. You can see all these open parking spots, and you're able to go inside to their store and their timeless treats. So even if you've already done or don't have time to do the Truth Traveler or the planetarium, you can still just come over here and get some fudge that they make in-house, or some of their pretzels, or their ice cream. So like I said, there's no cost to just park, come over here, get some ice cream with the family, or pretzels, or some fudge to take back home and support Answers in Genesis. And if we drive down the street just a little bit from one of Pigeon Forge's newest attractions, we'd come to one of Pigeon Forge's oldest attraction in the Jurassic Jungle Boat Ride. Right next to that was a TGI Fridays. So that has closed down. It's my understanding they're doing some work on it, and it might be some type of crab restaurant is what I've heard, but I'm not 100% sure. But we'll keep an eye on this place and see if it is indeed some type of seafood restaurant that they put in here at the old TGI Fridays. We passed by the island in Pigeon Forge, which you can enjoy their Jurassic Dinosaur Adventure throughout the month of August and September. It doesn't go away until November, so plenty of time to still go enjoy the free dinosaur event at the island. I don't see anything going in over here to the right where this old red giant building used to be, at least not at this point in time. I'm curious to see if the Drury Hotel is about ready to open. So we can take a left here on Jake Thomas Road. We go past the Moon Pie store and should be getting close to opening soon. I see lots of ladders, lots of construction still going on, but it looks like it's getting close. So whenever it does open, I'll try to come back over here and give you a quick tour of this hotel once it's officially open. Take a quick right and go down the Old Mill Avenue. Got the Old Mill over to the left. And I pointed out last month this new Elkmont winery just over the bridge. See the Old Mill over here to the left. Another place I got to get back to and have a meal at. We haven't eaten at the old mill in quite some time. As we come up to Dollywood Lane, we could take a left. You can enjoy Dollywood's summer celebration until August 3rd is the last day. For the entire month of August, there won't be a festival, as the Harvest Festival won't kick off until September. So my plan is to go back once there is no festival to show what type of shows are still going on and things that you can do in the park even though there's not a summer or fall festival going on at Dollywood. But if you have a Dollywood summer celebration tasting pass, you want to make sure you use it on or by August 3rd, the last day of the festival. So our next stop is going to be Gatlinburg. Let me go down the road here and walk through downtown with you.
We're actually going to time jump to earlier in the afternoon before the weather got bad.
So I made it into Gatlinburg. It is a beautiful summer day. I'm excited to walk from Herbert Holt Park, where I parked, all the way to the other side of downtown with you to see what we can find that's new. I will tell you, it's not a very long list of things that are new. So we'll just kind of enjoy the walk, get some sights and sounds. There are a couple things I wanted to highlight, and perhaps we'll discover some new things together that aren't on my list. So let's go for a walk. So let's cross the street, see what the line is looking like for Hillbilly Golf here on about 1:40 in the afternoon. We've got a good amount of people waiting to take a ride up to Hillbilly Golf here in the afternoon. And a good amount of people trying to get into Gatlinburg. I think the crowds will be much better once kids do start school on August 8th. One thing new that I noticed over here by the Ripley's Mountain Coaster is this metal bear, very similar to the one over by the Sky Park that we'll be checking out in a little bit. Not only did they add this bear, looks like they added a moose over here that you can take a photo next to. So Blue Moose, burgers and wings was one of the only mooses that I could think of in the Smokies, as we don't have moose here in the Smokies. We have elk and lots of black bears, but here is now another moose that has been added. Let's keep walking further into downtown and see what else we can find on this busy Monday afternoon. See the river down here by Zoder's. Inns and Suites. Looks very refreshing on this hot summer day. I'm looking forward to some cooler weather as we start to get into September and October. Looks like they've made a lot of progress on this hotel, but I might have to try to go check it out once it's officially open. It says opening soon, and looks like a giant rooftop patio. As we're working our way up to this intersection, I wanted to point out if we took a left and went down the road here, we would eventually get to the arts and crafts area of Gatlinburg. We just did a review of a brand new place called Busy Bee Nutrition. So if you're looking to get something low calorie, healthy as a meal replacement, they have a number of teas and they'll be adding coffees. I would say it would take you just about 10 to 15 minutes to drive over to the new Busy Bee Gatlinburg that just opened up. Let's keep working down the road past Blake Shelton's Old Red restaurant and the recently opened Blue Moose Burgers and Wings, which is what I was referring to earlier with the moose over by the Ripley's Mountain Coaster. But they've got some pretty good burgers and wings if you're looking for a place to grab some lunch or dinner here in Gatlinburg, which again is nice and busy right now. Bumper to bumper traffic getting in, getting out, which is why I like to just do these videos walking through downtown rather than trying to drive it, trying to find places to park, to get out, to show you some of the different places that will stop along the way. As we come to Anakeesta, I want to point out that their United Taste of America Festival officially ends on August 10th. So if you have one of their tasting cards, you want to make sure you make it back to Anakeesta and use it up on items before it expired. Once the festival is over on August 10th, you can still go up there enjoy the views from Anakeesta. They'll have other food items. They just will no longer have their festival items. They will be having a Christmas festival. When that kicks off in November, we'll do our best to go up and show you what the Christmas festival, all the different lights and things that you can do during their Enchanted Christmas. And that should be beginning of November. Let's walk up here towards Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies to check out the new dragons exhibit real quick. You can see that the aquarium is celebrating 25 years here in Gatlinburg. On last month's video, I showed you this section over here to the right. It was still under a lot of construction. It is now complete. So let me walk in here real quick and check out this new dragon. This used to be a visitor center. So Mike and I are actually planning to come here tomorrow. We'll do a full tour of this new addition to the aquarium, which is included with your ticket. But just wanted to show you that this is now open. And like I said, I'll put a link to our full tour of this new section of the Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies down in the pinned comment below. I mean, from what I can tell, they've done an excellent job from what little I've seen. Like I said, Mike and I tomorrow will do a more detailed tour down in the pinned comment. You can check it out down there. All right, let's keep going. It is a warm but a beautiful day to be here in Gatlinburg. Very grateful to call this part of the country home. Very grateful for you guys watching and coming along on these What's New videos. If you've enjoyed what you've watched so far, just do us a favor, simply like the video. That's a great way to support us, to help us to keep making more videos just like this. Nothing in particular stood out that is new at the Mountain Mall, though it's very inviting to go explore, see if we can find anything as hot as it is. But again, a great way to stay cool with some of the warm weather we'll still have in August. Baskin Square over to the right. I'm curious what the decorations are like here at the Village, as I've noticed all of the USA flags are no longer out on the sidewalk. I had some Independence Day type decorations back here where there are 27 different shops, and it looks like those are no longer out, as I remember this light pole was wrapped. But Mountain Mall is a great indoor area, and this is another great little shopping area. I just wanted to see what the decorations are like for August. I would expect some fall decorations to start working their way out sometime, maybe later in August. Right now, it's just a nice, beautiful summer day back here at the Village. So let's keep walking down the street. I mentioned Jason Aldean's is the largest rooftop bar in Gatlinburg. I think that new hotel might end up taking that title once that's officially open. But as we're walking along, I'm not noticing too much different. Got Earthquake the Ride across the street, Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine, and we're coming up to good old Fanny Farkle's with their arcade and ogle dogs, which smell really good right now. I can always smell all those peppers and onions they're chopping up as we walk by. We've worked our way up to the Regan Terrace Mall. And is the Goo Goo clusters open? So it looks like at the time of filming, they're not opening. They're aiming to hopefully open the beginning of August as soon as they can. They're aiming for a grand opening September 10th, but you'll be able to design your own Goo Goo cluster, and they'll have a number of different products on the inside. So sometime in the beginning of August, you'll be able to go into this store and get yourself some Goo Goo cluster products. See what else we can find down the road here. To the Space Needle off in the distance as we go by Old Smoky Candy Kitchen. Wanted to highlight something new up ahead on the right at the Sky Park. You can see the bear that I was mentioning before, as the Ripley's Mountain Coaster added one. But if you take a ride up to the top of the Sky Park, their new Smoky Mountain Sips is now open, a little place to go and get an adult beverage and enjoy some of the amazing views from the Gatlinburg Sky Park. People will ask us, what do you prefer between Anakeesta and the Sky Park as far as a chairlift here in the Smokies? Both are great. I will say there's more to do at Anakeesta when it comes to zip lining, 2 different mountain coasters. Those are things that you actually pay extra for. And there's lots of different climbing areas for kids at Anakeesta. This has a little climbing tulip tower as well, but I would describe the Sky Park as a great place to just go and relax and slow down and enjoy the views. They also have some hiking trails that you could take advantage of if you want to take the chairlift up and do a trail down. We've done that on previous videos, but both are great. You can't go wrong with the Sky Park or Anakeesta. Let's cross the road with everybody and go under the Space Needle. See what's going on at Crazy Mason Milkshake Bar. So I don't see their August special yet, but they'll have different specials every month, and you can always just get their Meet Me in the Mountains that they have as a special one here in Gatlinburg, which I won't lie, it's tempting to grab one as hot as it is out here. But there actually is another place I want to check out that you could get a beverage, an adult beverage, I believe, that's kind of a hidden place. Let me see if it's open yet. I think I know what the dinosaur wants for Christmas. It's like he needs 2 front teeth that are missing at the moment. This place will be a lot busier once we get closer to Halloween. Ripley's Haunted Adventure. Should see more and more people pick up as we get into September and October. And they just wrapped up a arts and crafts festival here at the convention center. I didn't see anything in particular on the calendar for the month of August. We made it to Elks Plaza, which is where I was trying to get to. See if I can sneak in a speakeasy back here, or at least give you a quick preview of where they're at with opening this new place back here. So you have the Coffee Syndicate, which hasn't been here too long. They've got all sorts of fun things on their menu, different types of coffees and espressos and some treats in this case, but they're adding a new speakeasy called Alibi, and to get to it, you actually have to sneak through the freezer here, and you'll come over to this door. It kind of looks like a fridge, and you'll be transported back in time and go to this next door. And once you open it, and they're doing lots of work on it back here, but they're hoping to get it open later in August. They're aiming for the 22nd. There'll be lots of different booths back here. You can see the bar that they're working on to the left, so you can come back here and enjoy a beverage. It's very cool, and I'm sure it's going to look really cool with all the artwork up and this place completed. Once that opens, as I said, around August 22nd is what they're aiming for. We'll try to keep you updated and try to come back here, just Brie and I. We did something similar at a crime museum down at the bottom. It was a lot of fun. We got some fun drinks and some different snacks. So we'll come check out what they have, hopefully later into August. We've got Ober Mountain across the street, the Cherokee Grill, which is another place I need to get back to with Brie one of these days. And Calhoun's Village, a number of different shops back here. If you do go to any of the places here, like the Smoky Mountain Brewery, you can get your parking validated, so that's a great parking option. Some different shops and places to eat over there. I also want to point out that they did close down the Masters Editions at the island, but there's still one here on this corner if you are walking along into Gatlinburg. As we made it to this end of downtown Gatlinburg, we could keep walking and we'd make it into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I did want to point out that there is vehicle-free Wednesday in Cades Cove throughout the month of August. So if you are looking to do a drive through Cades Cove, just make sure you don't plan that on a Wednesday, as they do not allow vehicles on the loop. But if you have never done a biking trip through Cades Cove, we absolutely love it, highly recommend it. So if you're going to be here in August, I would take advantage of their vehicle-free Wednesday at Cades Cove in the Great Smoky Mountains. As we've made it to the end of Gatlinburg, that's going to wrap up our video checking out what's new for the month of August. If you found this helpful or enjoyable, just do us a big favor, simply like the video. Again, it's a simple, easy way to support our channel. Let me know in the comments, what are you looking forward to the most out of everything we covered in this video? If I missed something, let me know and I'll add it to September's video. And with school kicking off, I'm going to try to do some more hiking videos as Brie does school with the kids. I'll try to head out to some different locations in the national park. So let me know if there's any places in particular you want me to go. But if you made it this far in the video, we thank God for you. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, we'll see you on the next adventure.